Once again, we're here to talk about Buicks and or Cadillacs. Today it's about a 1996 Buick Roadmaster Limited sedan. It's my daughter's driver, and the story goes something like this, if I can remember. I was doing my occasional drive through the junkyards in Tucson, which is like when women go shoe shopping. I like to go shopping for junk parts for my cars. So when I was driving down the road, this big, beautiful Buick was sitting in the junkyard like an abandoned puppy, and I couldn't stand it. There's no reason for this car to be in the junkyard, I said to myself. So I went to the owner of the junkyard. I said, "What's the deal on the Roadmaster here?" And he said, "I sold the engine and transmission out of it." I said, "What's wrong with the car?" He goes, "Nothing." I said, "Then why are you parting it out?" I said, "Whatever he's offering you for the engine and transmission, I will pay you more. So one, you can save time and trouble taking the engine and transmission out of the car, and I have a car I can fix up." So we came to, I don't remember what I paid for it. You know, it's in the hundreds of dollars. And so he agreed to do it. So I went to pick it up. I put my tires on it because the tires he had were shot, so I could drive it home. And once I got it home, obviously it needed cosmetic repair and a few things upgraded. And I proceeded to find nicer door panels, a perfect dash, and I rebuilt part of the front end. I put new shocks and all around it, and got it ready for my daughter to drive every day. So she had it for a while, and she liked the car quite a bit. So a kind of a family project. We continue to improve upon it. One of the major contributions was from her late father-in-law, who offered to pay to get it painted. The paint had a few bare spots where you could see the galvanized steel and everything. I particularly wasn't concerned about that part of the car, but I'm glad that he paid for the painting because it made a big improvement. Then a few other things we did. Originally, it had a matching white quarter vinyl top, which was all rotted and peeling and everything. And with the blue interior, I suggested, why don't we put a blue contrasting top on it? And I paid for the original grain material, and my daughter's husband, my son-in-law, paid for the labor to install it. He also paid for the material and the installation of a new headliner, which the car needed. And I paid for a new carpet, and he paid for the installation of the carpet. So we got it pretty presentable. I mentioned on a previous video on my station wagon that all 96 Buick Roadmasters are a collector's edition. There's nothing special about that. It doesn't separate it from any other 96 Buick Roadmaster. That just is indicating that this will be the last year for the Roadmaster. So what is special, sort of special about this car, is it's a limited model. The limited model for the sedans was available from the very beginning, the 1992 model year. And the limited was not available on the station wagon until the last 2 years, 95 and 96. But with the limited, a lot of people think that it means leather interior, but that's not true. A leather or cloth interior can be had with either the base model or the limited model, but the difference is in the seating mostly. With the limited, all of them are a 60-40 setup, but with the limited, the bottom frame and the back frame are separate. They're split frames, so you can move the bottom, tilt, raising or lowering, without affecting the back. And the back of course, you can adjust separately. Whereas the basic models, if you were to tilt the seat, the back would go with it. It would tilt like this. Whereas this one, it tilts like this. So that's one of the major differences between a limited and a base model. On the wagons did get a few features on their base model that wasn't standard on the sedan base model. However, for 95 and 96, the Limited also gave you heated seats. It gave you a memory seat, and which was not available with the 92 to 94 Limiteds. A few other things the Limited offered, and the station wagon offered, regardless if it was limited or not, is a variable effort steering, whereas the base sedan, it wasn't even an option. You didn't get that option. Another upgrade this car has is called the Prestige package, which includes the Twilight Sentinel, the electric trunk pull down, and cornering lights. Now the station wagon, you could get those features. Well, not the limited, not the trunk pull down, because there's no trunk in the station wagon. But you could get the cornering lights, and the Twilight Sentinel would come on the base model. I'm not going to go through all the options, but basically a Limited had more standard options, and it had more options available, not available to the sedan base model. I'm going to take a basic look at the car here. This there's another surprise feature that the Limited has. It's just going to blow your mind. First of all, whether it's base or limited, you get a dual. I mean, I'm talking about 2 cups, a 2-cup holder. 2 cups can be held while you're driving safely. And I want to show you something my daughter added, because she likes to drink more than just 2 cups. This is a feature not found on most of these cars. What she has is another small cup holder, a place you can put a CD if she wants, and a cell phone. Can you believe that? I mean, she's gone beyond the deluxe. So, you know, be jealous if you have to. Now, you stay on this side, and I'll go on the other side. What the? What? What? You don't have a cup holder back here? Okay. Well, that kind of gives me a shock, because my Limited does, but maybe they got rid of them. Or, yeah, I don't understand. Another thing to talk about, I mentioned that you can get cloth or leather, whether it's limited or standard. And you can see this is a cloth interior. In 1995, the limited seating was kind of this orthopedic style, where they consulted chiropractors to see what kind what kind of seats were best for the most of the population. And this is the design they came up with. The 95 Riviera and other Buicks also incorporated this style. The previous style was more of a wraparound that kind of held you in place. And actually, my 94 Limited has those seats, and I find them to be the most comfortable. But anyway, so 95 and 96 only had this orthopedic style seating. All the standard base models had the same seating, unique to the base model, which is regardless of the year, or station wagon or sedan. I don't know if we should show the license plates or not.
Oh yeah.
You worried about that?
No.
Okay. Billy 2, not as an also. My mother, my late mom, who made the best fudge, best chocolate chip cookies, and she could stir up a dinner out of an empty pantry. I don't know how she did it. Anyway, she always liked to name her cars, and unlike men who typically choose a female name, she always chose a male name for her cars. And she had a 1969 Buick Wildcat 4-door hardtop. It was white. It had a green interior, and she named it Billy. She didn't have a vanity plate, but she called the car Billy. So when we got this car, it kind of reminded me of that car being white anyway. And I suggested to my daughter maybe we could name it Billy 2, and she thought that was okay. So we registered the vanity plate in honor of my mother. Notice that this is an all-American Buick. It's got the blue and the red pinstripe to match the white. So it's a red, white, and blue car. My daughter driving to work on the interstate during rush hour had to come to an abrupt stop because the traffic was backed up. And what kind of car was that? The hit you?
It was like a little Honda.
Yeah, Honda rear-ended her pretty hard, scared the heck out of my daughter. And she got out, and all that really happened was this stainless trim bent, and one of the exhaust pipes bent down a little bit, and the Honda was destroyed. So let that be a lesson to you, Honda people. Don't back into Buicks. So, and we put American mags on it. I think it looks pretty good. And I think she just got a lot of compliments when she drives this car. And of course, younger people are drawn to the wheels. I think I got that to you for your birthday one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much money do you actually have in the car?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, take a look at the trunk. This is the trunk. What we have is fishnet here, just in case something fishy happens to your car. Oh, actually, what this fishnet does is prevent the fishtail. So if you're going around corners slippery really fast, this fishnet will kind of catch it like it'll catch any fish. It catches the fishtail as well. So, full-size spare. It's an option. Normally you'd get the little donut spare, but you paid extra for the full-size spare. And it scarcely makes a dent on the size of the trunk, so why not? Yeah, she does have a, here we go. This is a demonstration. Hang on, watch it. Okay. This is a second antenna. We have to get another one. The little nylon cord in there breaks, and or one of the nylon gears that turn it has a worn spot where it can't pull it down anymore. It goes all the way up, but it doesn't go all the way down. It's got Viagra stuck in it. Got too much Viagra, so it'll go up, but it won't go all the way down. So I wish I had that problem. I used to when I was younger. So
My dad actually had an extra one. We'll see how far this one goes.
this one will go forever. I guarantee it. Or your money back. I was going to mention, yeah, even get heating on the other side. So, and the memory seat. Whatever the driver has. Well, no, you don't get memory seat. I'm sorry. Pastor has amnesia. So, I was going to mention, now this dash has got a dash pad on it. And it's not to cover up cracks, because originally the car came with, it was like a potato chip. It's like when you get a bag of potato chips and there's no full chip in there, they're all cracked up in there. Well, that's what this looked like when I bought the car. And so I got a really nice dash, but this is on here for preventative reasons. This car, a little bit more of the history. It was owned by a couple of nuns that lived together. I'm not making this story up. I'm going to embellish it a little bit. Can't get away with not doing that. Yeah, a couple of nuns who were living together. Wink, wink. And they decided to give the car to charity. I think probably Catholic Church. And the guy that the junkyard I bought it from from an auction. That's how we obtained the car. So anyway, this used to be blessed. You know, Saint Christopher or Saint Peter and all those saints. Yeah, it's well. I think that's the reason why it wasn't really hurt that bad during when the Honda hit it, because it was God pretty much intervened, and Jesus came down from the sky and he jumped in front of that Honda, and it almost broke his knees, but you know, he could heal himself because he's a healer, but he prevented the car from being crushed. So anyway, I hope that you stay tuned to my channel for more fascinating stories. In other videos, I'll do my son-in-law's '94 Buick Limited, which I sold to him. Probably the nicest car I ever sold anybody. And then I also have I have a '94 Buick Limited, which is my daily driver, which is sunburnt. It's, you know, it doesn't look nearly as nice as this car, but I keep in top mechanical condition. You have to have a car that's a driver, so that's the one that I have for my driver. And I've had the only other car that I come close to that I've ever owned as long as my current '94 Roadmaster was a '71 Chevelle, which I had about 10 years. And this Roadmaster now I have going on to 11 years. Most of the time, I seldom have a car more than 5 years, and usually it's 1 or 2. So that's how much I like the car. It's all the 87 cars I've owned, I really like my '94 Buick Roadmaster better than any of them. And I've owned Rivieras from the '60s, Thunderbirds from the '50s. I've owned all sorts of cars, ranging from $80 junkers to top-notch restorations. So it's saying a lot when I say I prefer the Buick Roadmaster almost any car I've ever owned. So, and, yeah, I'm not rich. I can't be doing videos all the time like Rare Cars does. That guy from Michigan who's always talking about how unique everything is. I can't afford what he can afford. So I can only do a video when I sell a car and then buy another one. So that's why you don't see me all the time. I don't make superfluous videos. I don't make several videos on the same car. I try to get it all done in one shot. See you next time.